And there we go, we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to the usual Sunday stream. And welcome to Warthunder. Please let me know in the comments if you're around. Let me know also how the sound is, because I haven't, I don't know how loud Warthunder is going to be compared with my voice, so I'll, do let me know if I do need to alter the sound ever so slightly. Hello Sunlight 29 Raptors, and Herman is here as well, and I know Blue is, I think, still here. I'm going to give people a little bit of time to enter the chat and just have a slurp of tea. How has everyone's day been? Excellent, Sunlight. Been up to much? I think one of my next door neighbours is currently having a barbecue. I can smell it. Fox ate your chickens. Oh no, 29. Ah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you 29 and Sunlight, you're not having too much of a good day, but hopefully my stream can improve things a little bit. If you don't know what Warthunder is a vehicle-based arena combat game similar to World of Tanks or World of Warships, if you've heard of those. Primarily focused on vehicles from the Second World War all the way up to the modern day. So you can go from something like this, which is a tank from the very start of World War II, all the way to something like this, which is the British Challenger 2, which is still currently in service. So there's a lot of vehicles to choose from. You can play in tanks, aircraft, or battleships, warships of various sorts. I'm going to focus on tanks today because it's what I... yes, 29. Essentially all of the World of games combined into one. And what is also interesting about this game is that the tank combat and air combat can occur at the same time. So you can bring in aircraft to tank matches to support your forces. And you can also bring aircraft into the naval matches in order to do the same thing. So I thought today I would focus on the British low-tier tech tree. So we're going to look at every vehicle in the tier 1 rank up to battle rating 2.3. So we've got quite a few vehicles to go through. We're going to look at some specials as well, because I've got 3 of the premium vehicles. And yeah, we're going to start with the very first tanks you would get if you picked the British tech tree to go through. And yes, the A10 does go brr. We are. Welcome, Cannon Fodder. So, and what I'm going to do is not only just play these tanks, but I also want to, you know, flex the old history teacher job. And also, tanks are one of my historical interests, so I'm also going to do a bit of education while we go through. So there are 3 tanks at the beginning tech tree for the British. There are 2 marks of the A13 and the Tetriarch. Now the A13 is essentially what the British started World War II with. It's a fast, maneuverable machine. However, if I switch to the armor view here, you can see a maximum armor thickness of just over an inch is not very, it's not a lot. Not an inch, half an inch, just over half an inch. It's not effective armor, which was one of the key problems with this tank. Pretty much everything could go through it. Yes, Cannon Fodder. No, sorry, 29, you are correct. The UK did invent the tank. And then during the sort of period between World War I and World War II, we didn't really focus on their development in enough of a manner. So at the beginning of the war, we were a bit underpowered when it came to our tank forces. The only good thing about the A13 is the gun. the 2-pounder. It's a 40mm weapon, and at the beginning of the war, it was quite a reasonable gun. The other tank you will get at this tier is this little thing, the Tetriarch. So I give most of my vehicles the number 00 after Dick Dastardly from Wacky Races, just because I liked that number. And most of my tanks do have mod skins, by the way, so this is not how they will look in game. Yeah, the Tetriarch is a curious little machine. It was designed to be sold to other countries, and then when other countries didn't want it, we decided to turn it into a tank to support our paratroopers. So it was designed to go into gliders and support airborne attacks. The only problem was, at the time it was used as an airborne tank, the lack of armor and the 2-pounder gun was no longer effective, so it was basically not useful. Which is sad, really, because this little tank I've always thought is rather adorable. Quite a few of them got sent to Russia at the beginning of the war as well, in Lend-Lease, so the Russians didn't really like them anyway. Also, however, we're going to get started and see what sort of battles we get our hands on. The UK did suck at making tanks at the beginning of the war. That is true, 29. It's because we simply didn't know what to do with the tank. But that's more history than this stream really requires. We're going to try and capture C. We're going to take the A13. We're going to stick with armor-piercing high explosive shot. Time to blow stuff up, 29. Exactly. So something that differs from World of Tanks with this game is that there are no health bars. So you have to destroy the enemy tank. You can't just use health bars to knock them down. Okay, blimey, everyone spawned in the north. I'm the only one who spawned to the south. Okay, let's get after them. Hopefully we can capture point C before the enemy get there. We're reasonably fast, 33 miles an hour. Now watch me die the very first time I get shot.
There was a few about that turret hopper control.
Indeed. Oh, there's another A13. There he goes.
Seems like we're good luck trying to bad luck.
Critical hit there. There you go. So you can see in the top corner there where exactly my shells are hitting. We need to either kill all the crew or set off the ammunition, or we're being surprised by the Panzer II there. Let's drop artillery and fire smoke so we can try to... Panzer II is a nasty little tank at this tier. Can I retreat, please? No, Panzer IV killed us. God, the entire enemy is at that point. Like, I'm the only one that was there. There was not very much I could do about that situation. But we got 2 kills. Okay, so this is basically another version of the A13. It's a special premium version. It gives you a bit extra money and XP when you drive it. And it has all the markings of the tank forces that went to Africa, I believe. Okay, so we killed that thing. I don't want to be hit by that thing again. So we're in a problematic situation here. The enemy have captured C, and capturing C pretty much is a good way of winning this particular map. We missed the M13, really. Didn't get a good shot on him. Concerned about this guy there. We're doing a good job. We're bouncing their shells so far, which is rare in a British tank. Oh, that shell just killed my commander. So I'm gonna make like a tree and get the heck out here. Oh, Swedish tank. So you can see in the bottom left-hand corner the information about my tank, including the damage I've gotten. If I press O during the match, you can also see here what damage I've gotten, including my poor dead commander there. If you lose all your crew, your tank is dead. You won't be firing again. You're down. It's a nice little thing about this 2-pounder gun. It has a very high rate of fire, so you can put out a lot of ammunition very quickly. However, it's not very good at range. Oh. I just had my engine taken out by a bloody aircraft. That's slightly annoying. Come on, tank. I know your engine is a bit on fire, but you'll be fine. That guy crashed. I need to try and get into some cover before I try to repair. That was a terrible shot on that. Oh. Those bombs are way away from me. They'll be fine. Back there. There we go. No damage caused. Yes, that's actually something I added with a patch. The enemy tanks that used to be dead, they just used to disappear. But now we can use them for cover, which I vastly prefer. Right, there's no way we're going to really be able to support force. Nope. Oh, straight into the Italian's body there. These two are proving to be an annoyance. There we go. Ooh, straight into the front of the A30. So this is the other thing I prefer about Warthunder to World of Tanks. Games are generally more active, with a lot more combat and a lot more engagement, because people can spawn up to 3 times. In World of Tanks, you only get the 1 tank to use in the match, so you're always kind of treating it a bit gingerly. Whereas in this game, you can kind of throw your weight around a bit and have a somewhat active game. Now this is in... I'm going to be only playing arcade mode today. In arcade mode, you have a little bit more survivability with your crew, and in arcade mode you can see you have an aiming crosshair, and you get an armor indicator as well when you're aiming into the target. You can see there when it goes green. When it's green, it generally means you can go through the target, and if it's red, it will generally mean you cannot. Killed. In realistic mode, you do not get an aiming reticule, you do not get an armor indicator, and you also do not receive information about where the enemy tanks are on the minimap. So it's a little bit more realistic. The only problem is I don't like it. I just don't find it as fun as arcade. Which kind of puts me as a peasant in terms of Warthunder, because there's a sort of elitist attitude that you should only play realistic mode. I don't believe it. I have a lot more fun playing arcade. Why couldn't we play arcade mode in World War II? Yes, I don't know, 29. we're doing quite well. We're first place, which is not bad considering.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
I want to try and get myself in a position to attack these guys at B, because at the moment we are losing command points, which is how you win matches, or lose matches. It has a command point system similar to games like Battlefield and Star Wars Battlefront. You lose command points every time your team has a casualty, or they drain as well once the enemy occupy more than half the command points on the map. So, bounced off his turret. Overshot. See how the problem with this 2-pounder gun? It's not very accurate at range. So you really do have to get close to the enemy. Ooh, that hit the front of his tracks.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Where is this guy? Ooh, right into his turret.
Put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
He's trying to escape. He has escaped, but I've killed most of the people in his tank. I'm a bit concerned about the sheer quantity of enemies there are here. Right, he's dead. Ah, didn't do enough damage. Ooh. Ah, he was on the flank. Let's see how he killed me. Straight through the side of the tank. Yep. Blew up underneath my commander, and the explosion of the shell killed everyone inside the tank. Killed by an Italian vehicle. Sad. However, first place with 8 kills. That's a pretty good score. Not bad at all. This is the other thing I prefer about Warthunder to World of Tanks. The awards you get in terms of research points and also the cash, it always feels a little bit more fair. It doesn't matter whether your team wins or loses, you're still getting a reasonable amount of experience. And World of Tanks always used to make it feel that if your team lost the match, even if you had killed like 8 tanks in that match, and your team lost, you got such a terrible amount of experience that it was just, you know, why did I even bother coming? This is off topic, but I find it weird when I tell people that I'm a history major, they almost always ask me, well, tell me about Rome, and I'm, well, like, what do you want to know about Rome? Because there's a lot to know. Yeah, and in fact, actually, the Romans are not something that gets taught much at schools anymore anyway. So those were the reserve vehicles, the A13 and the Tetriarch. Now let's move up the tech tree slightly and move up to 1.3. So that means we get a little bit better hardware. Let's stick in you, the 1.3 Stuart, the 1.3 A13. The light tank AA 1.0, which goes in there, and the independent, which we can put in there. Excellent. So, starting off with the independent, this is a special premium vehicle that you can buy in game. It's an old-fashioned design. This tank actually dates from 1928, at a period where Britain was experimenting with multi-turreted tanks. So you've got 4 machine gun turrets here and a main turret. And in fact, every nation around this time was experimenting with similar vehicles. The Germans, the Soviets, the Americans. This was not especially an effective vehicle. It was only ever built as a prototype. There's only one ever known to exist, and it's still is under... it still survives in Bovington Tank Museum in the UK. Testing of this tank revealed a number of flaws, namely that it was, as 29 Raptors points out, too long. And it tended to try to break itself apart when it steered. Not an effective vehicle. But in this game, it is kind of effective because you have so many crew. As you can see here, you've got a crew of 8, which means if someone dies in your tank, there's plenty of people to replace them. So it's quite good at surviving.
Morbid.
The other thing is that the armor is reasonably effective. It's quite thick for this tier, 28mm. So at range, you can bounce quite a lot. And it's got a reasonably good gun, a 3-pounder. We'll also be using this machine. This is a anti-aircraft vehicle. It's based on a British light tank chassis, but instead it's armed with 4 machine guns for anti-aircraft work. It's not especially overly effective because the machine guns are quite small caliber, but it's nippy and it does the job. The only other different vehicle we'll be getting at this battle tier is the Stuart. Now this is actually an American tank in British service. We got a number of them to send to Africa, and they were well liked by the crews. In fact, British tankers called their Stuarts honeys because they liked them so much. It's got a reasonable 37mm gun. It's relatively well armoured, 38mm of armour on the front of the turret and the tank. The only problem is that it's quite small, so if a shell goes through the tank, it'll tend to kill everyone quite easily. The engine is also very big and prone to catching on fire if it gets struck. And because the ammunition is right by the engine, that's a bit of a problem. So we don't want to be getting shot in the engine because it'll set the ammunition off. So let's get going with these new vehicles. Don't forget, if you are watching this after the fact, to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't already done so, please join the Discord, as we do a lot more streaming and a lot more chatting on the Discord. Ooh, where do we want to go here? This is an interesting layout for this map. We're going to flank. We'll flank around to the side. We'll take out the Independent to begin with. Ooh, hit escape by accident. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow these two A13s. We're going to go down into the valley and up along the other side and flank the enemy so we can attack them from the side. What other vehicles have we got? We've got the Panzer IIs on our team, very good German light tank there. The Independent is not the fastest machine, 20 miles an hour at top speed. It's reasonable for a vehicle that is this big, but we're not going to be keeping up with the more agile and lighter vehicles, that's for sure. Imagine Germany and Britain working together. Yeah, that would have been interesting. Although Germans certainly had their own unique ideas on armoured fighting vehicles, which I'll probably look into in a different stream or video. Or I might even do a little stream on here with towards the end of some high-tier German vehicles, if that's what people would like to see. Oh, our friend over here has already died. That's a bad sign. I'm gonna guess that there's a enemy tank up here. Yep, there's a Panzer 38 up there. Check this is a Vakian tank designer.
Somebody cover me!
He's not going to come over the ridge, so I'm not going to be very effective down here. I'm gonna have to drive up there. Oh, that guy's just burned up. Getting to position behind these rocks, and hopefully we should be able to open fire. There we go, into the side of the Italian. One dead.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Ah, the Russian tank got a shell into me. Come on, gunner or driver, either one of you. There you go. The low-tier Russian tanks have a very effective gun, but they have no armor plating at all, so they can be easily destroyed. Is my breach damaged? It is. They've damaged my breach. I'm gonna have to get into cover and repair my gun. There you go. Repair the tank. And while I'm repairing the tank, I might as well call a replacement crewman ring. That Russian tank caused a lot of damage to my tank. I'm down to 2 crew members. But is this guy helping me? He is! Thank you, Theo Blue. Or Theo Blue. I will thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna need aircraft in here. Let's quickly switch to an air battle
Thanks.
to take on these enemy vehicles. Oh dear. I forgot that I haven't set the my controls, having reinstalled this on the new PC. Goodbye. Ooh. This guy just... Die! Oh, he's crashing into ground anyway. No, he's not. Bugger. I only got one of them. Ah, they're big. This is not good. They're all around us. Running away. I say running away. That's... Oh, he got me.
A little more effort and victory will be ours.
Nicely done, Italian tank. Through the lower plate. Oh well. Not very much I could do about that one. Let's take out the steward. That little 30 caliber on the top. Let's drop some artillery down here. Okay. Ooh. What are you doing over there? Oh, Panzer IV. I don't want to be hit by that Panzer IV. He's got a very big gun, and for this tier anyway. And it will pretty much kill me in one if he gets a good shot. Bounced it. Ah, I can't go through the front of his... Ooh. Killed him. Good shot. Way to destroy nature. Nature is an inconvenience in this game. It'll stop your shells from striking the enemy. It'll blow up your HEs. Through the fence.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Gotta try and use speed, really, as the only advantage this tank has. Ooh, straight down the middle of that one. Who's still alive? The driver. Okay. Excellent. Let's capture A before we lose any more command points. He got set on fire by a shot from behind. Ooh. We just killed him. Ah, you over there. Right, we have the zone. Now we need to run. Ready. Ooh. Distracted trying to take out the enemy aircraft. Bring the gun down, bring the gun down. Up, 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 up. Right. What? Ah, you got me. He's firing high explosive shells. Shrapnel in the side. However, we are still winning, which gives us the advantage. Let's take out the anti-aircraft gun tank, see if we can shoot down any enemy aircraft. Doesn't look like we have any to see. We're in first place again. I think that's a victory for us. Just going to annoy this German tank there. There we go. Victory. Very nice. So yeah, it would have been nearly 5,000, no, 4,500 experience if I had a premium account. Oh, we've won a new decal. Badge of the 820th Air Naval Air Squadron, British Royal Navy. It's a little shark, look. Nice. And first place. Not bad. 7 kills. 3,722 experience. Wow. This guy, though, did well with his M22, 4,271. 9 tank kills, blimey. He did a good job. My wingman, for that particular match, not so much. So those were the 1.3s. Let's move up to... Oh no, not all of the 1.3s. You missed one. Let's move up to 1.7 then, in that case. Ah. That's unfortunate. We'll just stick you in here. So, the 1.7s. This is the Electo. It's an unusual vehicle. It's based on the little Tetriarch tank chassis, the little airborne tank we played earlier on. But it's designed to carry a 94mm howitzer, principally for attacking fortifications and such, but it has a quite nasty anti-tank round. I've got it in a Warhammer 40k Orc skin, which I think is rather fetching, because as everyone knows, red goes faster. But yeah, this was a premium, special premium vehicle given out at the beginning of the year. There's absolutely no armor on this thing. It's basically a glass cannon tank destroyer. And I've also added this little armored car, the Daimler Mark II. It's just a simple armored car with the same 2-pounder gun as we've come to get to know on a 4x4 chassis. But it's really the Electo which is the tank of this particular tier. Pancake tank. Why is it a pancake tank? Because it's small, or thin, narrow, low? I don't know. Where's your reasoning for that, 29? Ah, Poland. Interesting map this. So the Electo fires this shell. It's called Heat. It stands for High Explosive Anti-Tank. Goes through 110mm of armor regardless of range. And yeah, this means this little tank destroyer could theoretically kill a German Tiger tank if they ever met in combat. However, there's nothing on the battlefield at the moment that's going to pose much of a problem. High explosive anti-tank, it's still used today in things like the the Russian RPGs, and it works by focusing an explosion to create a jet of molten metal that penetrates into the tank, making it very... Oh, I missed. That was a terrible shot. I could have had him and I missed. Got to remember the howitzer actually is a difficult gun to use. It's a low velocity round, so you have to aim higher than you think you need to. I'm gonna go this way.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Enemy forces have captured a
He just
zone.
died. Oh god, getting stuck. I'm concerned that there are tanks on our flank. What are you firing? Ah! He decided to... Ah, that's a shame. That was my own fault. I really messed up there. I just got the tank in a really poor position. I shouldn't have gone that far forward. Hello, Kirsty Rose. Welcome to the stream.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Hopefully we'll have to have another game, I think, with the Electo in a match where I actually make use of its firepower, rather than dying at the very beginning of the match. Ow. What's with... This enemy team is very aggressive. By the way, I also have a sound mod on this game, so this is a bit more bassy and a bit more realistic sound effects to what the game normally is. What's little Sig doing here? Right there. M22 Locust, an American airborne tank. It was about as effective as the Tetriarch, which is to say it was not effective at all.
Attention to the designated grid zone!
Ow. Just killed my driver. Bad Swedish tank.
Attention to the designated grid square!
The radio operator gunner has been gassed.
Yeah, I know. What I'm going to do is sneak. Well, I say sneak. This tank is a bit big to be sneaking. Aha! I found you, German tank. There goes your engine. There goes your engine again. You won't be firing. I can't get to the front of this tank to kill him. There we go. Sneaky, sneaky.
Attention to the map!
Where is this guy around here? Ah, there he is. Hello. Goodbye. Ah. What? Die.
Attention to the designated grid zone!
Another zone captured. We have the
Excellent.
advantage.
Next up. If no one is going to join this air battle, then I will. What the? Oh. No, leave me alone. Okay. This guy just gonna...
Designated grid zone! Attention to the map!
die. Ah, why won't he go down? He is there. My tank died. I died while I was in the aircraft.
We're winning!
Actually, let's take out the Daimler, since we haven't used it yet. The enemy, this is a tight fight. The enemy aren't taking command points, but they've clearly still got enough players in the match. Hello, nerd guy. And I know you're at work. Thank you for popping in. Donk. Oh, almost rolled it. You can flip over your tanks in this game, so you should be very careful. As Dane knows to his cost, the very first time he played this game, he rolled his tank on this map. By hitting a set of stairs that he didn't see. Ah.
Attention to the map.
I want to go after this guy. T-28. This is the guy that killed me. Ah. I'll say he won't be firing again. He's done enough damage to my tank to stop me from... Drop artillery. Drop artillery. He did enough damage to my vehicle to stop me firing. But hopefully the artillery might hit him. Poor people in the turret with that one. Oh well. Not the best match, but an average match. Bear with me, sorry, I'm just responding to someone's message. Hello Phoenix, you're not too late, don't worry. Right, let's go into another match because I think that poor Electo did not get a fair chance in the last match he was just in. So let's see if we can get another decent match with this guy. By the way, if you do want to play this game yourselves, it is free to play online. And even though it's free to play, I would say that the monetization that the game uses is fairly reasonable. I don't think it's unreasonable monetization. You can apply for premium account time, which just doubles all your rewards. You can buy unique vehicles with it, but it's, I would say, unlike some games like World of Tanks, where you basically have to spend money to progress, Warthunder, it's very easy to progress without spending any money whatsoever. You just have to practice, essentially, to get good. Right, this is a better map for this particular vehicle because we can sit on the high ground and fire down into the valley. If we can capture C without much trouble, that'll give us a good position to attack into the valley. Oop. Donk. Like this guy is already doing. There we go. And he is... what? The M1542 at the back there just put quite a horrible shell into me.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
The commander has been knocked down.
We're controlling most of the zones.
No, that's not fair. Stop firing at me, Jagdpanzer 2. I've not even reloaded yet.
Thank you.
He killed me. It's the only problem with the Electo. You've got absolutely no armor plating whatsoever, so if you do get hit, you're pretty much a goner. Which is a shame, because it's a very effective vehicle at taking out tanks. You just have to get it in the position. No worries, Barry. I did tag everyone on the Discord that I was starting, so... But don't worry, you haven't missed too much. We're not even an hour in. Right, we need to go and get back into C position and help out. There's someone on the flank there. He's dead. Right, let's just stick our nose out here. There's the guy that killed me. Ha ha ha! Goodbye. That was a good shot from him. He's dead. Ah, the T-50. Now this guy I will not be able to go through at all. This Russian light tank has very sloped armor, so it will bounce pretty much any shot at a decent range. Right, let's go down there. Actually, we need to get closer. I think. Geronimo and all that. Donk. Oh god. And this German just saw me do that. Speed saves lives, as Jeremy Clarkson says. Run away. Running. Right, now I'm in cover, that's better. We got 2 Panzer IIIs that are watching me. That's one dead. Yeah, the second bounced a shell.
The enemy is preparing for artillery barrage. Repeat, the enemy is preparing for artillery barrage.
Can't go through the front of this guy though. Goodbye. You are not going to be firing again. His turret crew is dead. And the rest of his crew is dead. Oh, so little Stuart back there. Oh, they're firing artillery at me. That's me. What the? What are you doing? Stupid.
Most of the zones are under control.
Dude, we're not going to be able to take out this Panzer III from the front. We're going to have to get around it. Ah, I see, Barry. Well, no worries. It's good that you're here now. Oh, crap. I should have gone back. I shouldn't have continued forward. Yeah, through the front. Yeah, I shouldn't have done much. Shouldn't have tried to take him on, really. Not at that range. Right, time to fulfill anti-aircraft. Now, really, for anti-aircraft, you want to wait until the enemy gets to within a kilometer, really, I found. Anything further out than that, and you tend to... you're not going to be able to hit them effectively. Ooh, enemy tank. Run away. You did a bad job of trying to kill me.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Let's try and get to some high ground. No. Okay.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
And we're losing, look at that. They've captured all of the command posts. Just annoying that guy. We really can't take on enemy tanks with this particular AA gun vehicle. We need something a little chunkier than rifle caliber machine guns. If I had a 20mm cannon, I could probably take them out, but... Get down, get down, get down!
A little more effort, and victory will be ours.
Ooh, okay. That was probably a bad thing to do,
Capture the zone.
but I'm alive still. Reloading. Come on, reload faster. Nah, can take him out. Oh! Oh no! No, 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 no! He might kill me, but at least I got in my aircraft before he could. Ooh. How did he not get shot down?
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
I'm not used to flying on the mouse. I'm used to flying on keyboard. I really need to reset the controls. There we go. He's down. Oh, and I'm dead. Dogfights are where it's at. Yes, the dogfighting in this game is quite good. The air matches, I do like them. We're just going to focus on tanks today, for the time being. No, I didn't mean to click to battle cancel. Thank you. Let's go up to the next battle rating. So that would be 2.0. So that would be the next Stuart. So it's essentially exactly the same as the Stuart that came before it. I don't even think there's any differences between this and between the Stuart one. A slightly redesigned turret, that's about it. It's exactly the same tank as it was before. Where are we? Not even up to an hour yet, so we're probably going to have time to look at, once we've done all the British Tier 1 vehicles, we might do a few higher tier matches with some other nations' tanks. Where do I want to go here? I probably want to go down the river side, because that's a dead straight line and people do try to flank down there. Four, three, two, one. Right, let's get going. Don't. What are you doing? Seriously, stupid. Get up.
Repairing. Thank you.
Goodbye, Soviet engineering.
Attention to the map.
Oops.
Attack the viewpoint.
Up here.
Attack the viewpoint.
Right, let's stay. probably want to pop out of one of these alleyways and catch people who are side on.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Ah, I missed.
The enemy is controlling most of the zones.
No, they're too fast. Ah, I missed again.
Attack the A point. Attack the C point.
Lack of armor is still really hurting me in this bit. I got killed by an anti-aircraft vehicle. Damn. It's the problem with that thing. Its battle rating is too high. It should be a 1.3. 1.7 is just not gonna perform a 1.7.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Hopefully it'll be reduced in tier when they balance the tanks battle ratings again. Hopefully it'll be reduced down and face slightly easier targets.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
It's a new vehicle, so obviously it's not going to be in the best position.
Attack the B point.
Who is the enemy? 7 of 9 has entered the game. You cheeky.
The enemy has most of the strategic zones.
Silence.
Thanks.
How was he able to flank us without being seen? Let's go help out our teammate.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Help him out with repairing his vehicle. Ow! I got shot for it. Oh, this blasted Italian anti-aircraft vehicle that killed my last tank. Bloody thing. Let's drop some artillery. Now he's having to protect me. Wait. Our turn?
Attack the C point.
Goodbye, T-28. Ooh, artillery. That's my own artillery. That's the artillery I dropped. Almost got killed by my own flipping shells. Me and this other armoured car chasing down this enemy tank. On. Ooh, killed by a French. The H-39 is a little French tank. Oh. There you go. Just killed my driver and gunner.
Defend the A point.
Barely used this Stuart 3. This tiny little American thing. Oh god. That's a bigger threat. The SU-76 has is a self-propelled anti-tank gun and has a very big gun for this battle rating. I did not want him to be able to fire, because he would have killed me. It's a very good tank, unless Dino Army of the channel is driving it. He doesn't really like the SU-76. Calling out members of my own community there. By the way, if you do not play Warthunder yet and do want to play Warthunder, you can, I can link, you can do this thing where you link accounts with someone who already does, and you both get a variety of rewards for doing so. So, what I can do is, on the Discord, I'll leave a link to new players, link to my Warthunder, and they can get awards for playing. Ah. Oh dear. Killed by the Italian tank again. Those little M13s are surprisingly effective. Kind of makes me wonder what the percentage of casualties in wars typically is for accidents and friendly fire. Higher than you would imagine, nerd guy. I know there were quite a few incidents of it during the Iraq invasion. Right. I feel like that poor Electo is not doing well for us. So, the last set of vehicles, the 2.3s. So, the Crusader at 2.3. And the Staghound anti-aircraft at 2.3. Luckily, we can still use the Electo as well, because I think we're going to need it. Oh, this armoured car as well can go in. Let's replace the Daimler. So, this little armoured, or I say little big, chunky armoured car, comes from South Africa. British design, well, I say British design. Based on British designs, but used by the South Africans. The same 2-pounder gun as we've come to know. A very large slab-sided machine, not going to be able to hide it. The Crusader Mark II. The Crusader is the archetypal British tank that we sent to Africa. Fast, again, like the A13s, the same 2-pounder gun, reasonably good armour. And a reasonably good sort of crew layout. It wasn't very reliable in Africa. We found they broke down a lot. And naturally we picked it as the first tank to give a better gun than the 2-pounder too. I don't know how that makes any sense whatsoever. And the Staghound, which is an American armoured car. Chassis, 250 caliber American guns in, supplied to the Brits for light anti-aircraft work. It's quite a fun vehicle, this. You can kill tanks with it if you're good. We'll see what we can do with it in this match. Just going to quickly check the stream quality. 7,000, yeah, doing well. The new internet is working well for streaming. Not having many problems with noise. That barbecue next door is really making me want barbecue. Ah, interesting. This time with the Electo, we might be able to get some good kills. We can sit over the valley and strike in to their spawn. And about. No. what we want to do is kind of sit here, because they will appear over there, and then we can get the drop on them. There's already someone marked on the map who's coming this way. Life as an anti-tank gun, mobile anti-tank gun player is all about finding a good position to sit in and being patient enough not to move so the enemy comes to you. Although he knew where I was, so I'm going to have to move. He's probably going to be focused on just trying to kill me, I should think. Yeah. I could try and risk it, I suppose. Ah, I did get him, but it was only a light shot to the side. Oh, blimey, we're already in their spawn zone. That's how unprotected their spawn is at the moment. We're already in their spawn, so I'm going to move and support our guys who are trying to capture A and B.
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
We can take the high ground and fire into the valley below. There are tanks all around here, so we need to be careful. So if I get shot once, I'm basically dead. That's an ally. Plenty of allies in here. That's good. They can watch my back while I'm getting into position.
We have most of the zones.
Guys, don't worry, I'll do it. Ah, they killed him before I could. That was a waste of a shot. Goodbye, Panzer II. Finally, we've killed something in the Electo. Ooh, missed. The howitzer is not very good at range, I have to say. Its accuracy is bad. That killed his turret crew at least.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Ugh. Hey, there's a tank down there. That's who's shooting me. Set me on fire again. Not very much I could do there. What vehicle in the game has the toughest armor? I don't know, probably a high tier Russian, I would suspect. I'm not fully up to the top level of any tier yet, so... This tank... That enemy tank is upside down. Oh, that poor fellow. I'm just gonna farm him for hits. He rolled his tank. There we go. That poor guy. tank directly to our... Oops. Almost didn't see him there. After him, boys. Goodbye.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
Bye-bye, Nergo. See you later on. That was a direct shell to the front of my tank. Staghound anti-aircraft then. In that case. Such a chunky vehicle. This. And it would be very effective as well if I wasn't constantly driving it into rocks. Here comes the enemy. Goodbye. That's the difference between 50 calibers and rifle caliber anti-aircraft. This anti-aircraft is actually functional. And we killed that tank with it. And that one. .50 caliber anti-aircraft guns can destroy most light tanks at this battle tier. High rate of fire as well makes them very effective. Hello, Sarcastically. Welcome to the stream. And don't worry about being a bit late. We've still got another hour or so to go. And you joined just before we switched to some bigger vehicles, so you joined at a good time. Enemy former. There you are.
The enemy is preparing for artillery barrage.
Wait till he gets to within 1 kilometer. Didn't manage to shoot him down before I had to reload, which is a bugger.
The enemy forces have captured a zone.
He won't be flying again. Oh, nice, Sarcastic. Yeah, Dane had to do a bit of reorganizing his desk layout now that he is on 2 monitors. He's joined the double monitor club at last.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
You're dead. This thing is surprisingly effective at killing tanks. I forgot how fun it was. There we go. He's dead.
We're controlling most of the zones.
Incoming anti-aircraft fire ourselves. There we go, not bad. Couldn't live with... Yeah, I know how you feel sarcastically. I can't live without you. I got an award. There you go. Excellent. And, oh, blimey, some of these vehicles I haven't completed the research of. Have to focus on grinding them out a bit. So that was the 2.3s. And that's sort of the tier 1 British vehicles, pretty much. They get substantially bigger. This is all online against actual people, sarcastically. It's one of the few games I do have that's all online. Since we got through the low tier British vehicles relatively quick, let's move up a little bit and experience something a little chunkier, shall we? The German tech tree. Oh, yeah. Obviously King Tigers were not at Jurassic Park. However, if you have a problem like an escaping Indominus Rex, I believe this may be an effective way of stopping it. But let's not do a very high 7.0 because that's... I don't think that's going to be a fun match. Let's go to 5.3s, maybe. And the Tiger tank. This is obviously one of the most famous vehicles from the Second World War, the Tiger. 88mm gun is one of the most powerful guns of the Second World War. As you can see, it can go through over 10 centimeters of armor plating at over a kilometer away, and has nearly 10 centimeters of armor plating itself. It was a beast and quite an effective vehicle. Although if you've seen the film Fury, yeah, it's not so effective in that film, and there are various errors made historically in regards to that fight between the Shermans and the Tiger. Mostly the fact that the way that whole fight scene commences just wouldn't happen in that way. But that's not what I'm here to do. We're here to play tanks and destroy enemy tanks. And we are fighting in Sweden. Right, we'll head for C because we can flank from C into B. Not to mention, usually the heavy tanks go for B. So we're going to surprise the enemy by appearing at C. There we go. Can penetrate over 10 centimeters of armor at 2 kilometers away. This gun is a monster. This tank is a monster. And in fact, it was the Tiger tank that made me switch from World of Tanks to Warthunder, because in World of Tanks, the Tiger tank is it's kind of lame. It's very weak. It's been overshadowed by so many other vehicles. Everything can pretty much penetrate it. You feel like you're just driving around in a cardboard box half the time. Whereas in this game, the Tiger tank actually feels like it has some armor plating to it. Okay, so we will cut around the corner here. assume that the enemy is going to pop up soon enough. There we are. There's a Panzer IV already. That Panzer IV is going to wish he had brought something. Ooh, there's another Tiger. Oh, the enemy Tiger is gone. Ooh. Well, okay.
Most of the zones are under enemy's control.
Still alive. Ah, I need to get up on this. I need to get up here in order to get a shot off.
Most of the zones are taken by the enemy.
It serves him right.
Concerned about that 75 down there.
Yes, a hit.
This guy just will not die.
The enemy is
There we go.
winning.
Next target.
Thank you very much.
The gun's reloaded.
Oh no. Ah. Really?
It serves him right.
Okay. I'm surprised that guy didn't die in one.
Allied forces have captured the zone.
Enemy tank around this corner. It's a Stug. Ah, bounced. And he killed my driver. But I killed him.
The radio operator killer. He's been knocked out.
Attention to the map.
Okay, I think we need to be trying to help out at B now. Is there an enemy tank around this corner? There was. Let's move on. We'll support this Sherman. That is ridiculous stopping power. It is. Ooh. They killed that Tiger who was side on. Third place, not bad.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Oh, it's a Brumbar.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Oh, I bounced. Oh god. Ah, I bounced again. Oh. The Brumbar has it fires the biggest shell in the game currently, and that was always going to kill me if he hit me. I'm just surprised I bounced twice off this front there. We'll take out the Nashorn next.
For mercy!
So it ranks you as you go by how many hits you make. Kind of. You get points for how many hits on target you get, yeah. You get points for causing critical damage, for causing non-critical damage, and for killing the tank.
We no longer have the advantage.
So this thing has the same gun as the Tiger, the 88mm, but this has a longer barrel version. This is the version that you see on the King Tiger tank, and it's even more powerful than the old version. So this one has even greater stopping power. The only problem is obviously it's completely open top vehicle, so any passing aircraft can open fire with machine guns and kill me. So I've got to be careful.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Because I don't want to be strafed by enemy tanks. Goodbye. However, he did just hit my transmission. Bit of shell through the driver and the transmission. That's annoying.
Operator gunner has been gassed.
But until that's repaired, I can't move my tank.
The enemy will win.
Ooh. That Sherman took all the shell to his track, but the KV-1 killed him. In the end. Oh, there are tanks all over there. Move, move, move. Come on, we need help. How many drivers do you get? So you get to use 3 vehicles. Oh, in terms of drivers, you only get the one. So if he's killed, they have to be replaced by another crew member. And you lose a little bit of driving ability, but thankfully not much. Oops. Now there's quite a few tanks around here. This might be a stupid thing to do, but we need to. There he is. Oh, there's another tank directly behind him. What? I hit 6. Okay, I'm still alive. Oh, blimey, how did I miss him? Oh. Was that a bomb? Yeah, I got killed by bombs. Oh well. And we'll take out the Stoa. Do we really need to take out another town?
Defend the B point.
We'll take out the KW1C. I think we're gonna win this match before we get anywhere near the end. Rumbo over there. I think he's the one that killed my tiger.
Counterattack.
Dude, there's a tank. Ah, so we lost that particular match. Just too many enemies at B, I think. They said they had B for far too long. Sixth place? Meh. It's okay. It's a bit average. Let's have another game with the Tiger. And then I might do... Not sure. I would do an aircraft match, but I haven't set my controls up since having reinstalled this on the new PC. So I need to mess around and get my controls back to how they were. Right, so we'll try to take C. We'll take out the Tiger. There's a hill at the bottom of the map, which I think if you control that hill, you could not only shoot into C, but shoot into B as well. So... up we go. These two know what they're doing. He's dead. And so is that Sherman. There's 2 dead Shermans at a range of nearly a kilometer away. I didn't even really have to aim. Where's this ISU? Ooh. Ow! I managed to get a shot into him, but his high explosive blew up right against my commander vision slab. Where is he? Oh, I see. He's using the debris of this tank to. Ooh. We killed each other. Where did his shell go? Through the side. I was too heavily angled. Last. But we killed one another. So I'm gonna take that as a win. Stirrer MU? Let's take out the Stirrer. This thing's gun is enormous. It's a 128mm main gun. What's even funnier about this tank is that because of the way it's built, you can depress the gun by an absolutely enormous margin. So you can sit behind even the biggest of hills and strike down. It's quite funny. It's the king of fighting hull downs, this thing. Of course, we need to get it into a good hull down position to use it. The only problem is it has an enormous reload time due to the size of the shells. So if you don't kill the target with the first hit, you're pretty boned if they fire back. This T-28, T-34. Oh, I bounced off his angled armor and he's managed to get a shot back into me.
The radio operator gun is unconscious.
What happened to that shell I fired? It just seemed to vanish. I hate driving tanks with transmission damage. Stop firing at me. Die. Ah! He destroyed my gun. That's not fair.
Thanks.
Quickly, get to cover. Well, I'm gonna have to sit here and repair my gun. Because that ain't gonna function anymore. That's just not cricket. Yeah, no, a gun like that, you're never gonna be able to fire again. So that's a new barrel to be put into there. He's also managed to kill most of my crew, which is also annoying. Because it means my reload time is enormous now. Because I'm only down to one crew member in the back. Where's this Sherman? Sherman is hiding. So is this KV-85. Oh, I skimmed the top of his turret. They were able to fire over the rocks at me. Oh, that was such a lucky hit. Such a lucky shot. Take out the Jagdpanzer 4.
Keep it up and
This is a tank killer like the Störer Emil that I was using. This guy is fully armoured, as you can see. So it's a little bit better protected. Doesn't have as big of a gun, it only has a 75mm. However, it's more than enough to punch through the armour of most tanks at decent range. Although it bounced off the flank of that KV-85.
Allied forces have captured the zone.
Goodbye, KV-85. Okay, I've had enough of these guys sniping at us from range. I'm just gonna get up close and personal.
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones.
Thank you.
Awesome. Need backup.
Where did the T-34... Well, at least he's dead. He got one shell into me. But it wasn't enough to kill me.
Victory is close.
Where's this M4A3?
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Where is this guy? Okay, down the hill. World of Tanks. See, now I used to play World of Tanks, and I swapped from World of Tanks to this because World of Tanks just started feeling really unrewarding. They ruined my favourite tanks. It was becoming too pay to win, and I didn't like only having one bit. The health bar system is really annoying to me, because it just meant that, you know, if the enemy could see 1 pixel of your tank, they could always kill you. Whereas in this game, you can hit the same pixel as much as you like, but if you're not hitting anything important, you're not going to do anything. And I think that makes for a much more engaging gameplay. Let's move up slightly. We'll do an even higher tier, shall we? With King Tigers. This being a 10.5 King Tiger, which is a not historical unit. It's like it's a throwback to Warthunder's very early days. Is the 10.5 King Tiger. They actually removed it. No, you can't get this vehicle anymore if you're new to the game. You're only allowed to keep it if you already had it, which I do. Same with the mouse, unfortunately. The big German super heavy. Another vehicle you cannot get anymore unless you already have it, which I do. I haven't even played it yet because this is the top of my tech tree at the moment for the German tanks. I haven't got higher than this. So the King Tiger sloped frontal armor, making it more effective at bouncing shells. A 10.5 centimeter main gun, which will go through reasonable amounts of armor. And yeah, just an almighty beast of a tank. Okay, all of my ammunition is on the left-hand side, so I want to keep the left-hand side hidden from the enemy as much as possible. Tiger P. His weakness is the front of his turret. There we go. He is out.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Somebody attack him.
An important part of this game is knowing where to hit enemy tanks in order to do the most amount of damage. Straight through the front of that Sherman. Easy kill. Concerned about tanks appearing on our flank. So I think I'm just going to drive through this wall. And what are you doing? Ooh. He hit my tracks, and I cannot move now. And that SU-122. Ow! I can't move. They've destroyed all of my tracks. That's so annoying. I can't move. He's gonna try and come up close range to kill me, isn't he? They all are. Okay. Oh, stop doing that! That's so unfair. I literally can't do anything because they've tracked me in the worst possible place. I'm literally stuck not being able to do anything. Come on, guys, help! Move! Oh, God. Yeah, there was nothing I could do there. I got stuck. And I couldn't see around the corner enough to do anything about it. My team were really slow on the uptake of helping me out. Let's go kill them with the Might of Jurassic Park's anti-Indominus machine, shall we? Ooh. Bounce a shot off the Jagdpanzer there. Through that little Italian thing. That was the one that put me. Bounced off the gun of the Jagdpanzer there.
Let's keep close.
What is this Jagdpanzer doing? He's dead. Oh no, he's not dead. I don't know what he's up to there. Is he side on or isn't he? No idea. Third place. I was going to say something then, but I dare not risk it about little times. Might it be a reference to Omar, perhaps sarcastically? Smash through this fence. Jet bombers coming in. SU-12254 is still over there. Can't damage him either, he's at a really awkward angle. He's now retreating though.
And victory will be ours.
Fourth place. Not too sad. The A10s, the newest addition to this game. Personally, I wish they would focus a little bit more on the World War II vehicles. They keep going higher and higher up in the years, and I'd rather they just focused on World War II, to be honest. But yeah, it is what it is. They're trying to get new players. What have we got? We think we've got time enough for one more match, I think. So let's do Francais? French? No, Italians. Swedes? Maybe the Swedes? Yeah, let's do the Swedes. Let's do some matches as the Swedish. The Swedish is one of the newer tech trees in the game, and they have some very unique vehicles. Like this one, which has a massive recoilless cannon in lieu of actual anything else, and it's yeah, can destroy pretty much anything it hits. But it only has 10 rounds, so in theory you can destroy 10 tanks. I don't know what my record is with this tank in terms of number of kills in a game. I think it's probably 6 or 7. Ah, interesting. Right, yeah, let's take out the SPJFM 4344. The Sturmjas. I think the P is silent. Or is it the J that's silent? Is it Stormpass? I think it's Stormpass. I don't know. Answers on a postcard. So what we want to do is get this guy into a nice position and just wait for the enemy to come along, really.
Sorry.
Oh, let's go up here. God, how many people don't get the answers on a postcard thing? Do you think? Probably a lot of them. If you have never watched Takeshi's Castle, I suggest you go and look it up on YouTube, because if you need cheering up, there's nothing funnier than a Japanese game show. Oh! No, don't! Ooh! Oh, I almost rolled it. That could have been very embarrassing. Right, what have we got down here? Goodbye. And we've got to be careful not to, because our reload time is glacial. About as likely to move as Ian Malcolm is likely to. Oh god. Oh no, he is not firing. He's not actually looking at me. Goodbye. That's two. Oh, the Cromwell knows where I am. Get to cover, dude. We need to get to cover. Oh dear. He's dead. I'm going to quickly get a new crew member in this tank while I'm reloading. So I want my tank to be as crude as possible. Tanks with really big, slow reloading guns really suffer when you lose crew, because your reload time just goes through the roof. Right, let's go. We also have to be pretty careful who we attack with this, because the gun is not very good at hitting moving targets. He's dead though. That's three. One shot, one kill every time. I had my first escape of the night in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I only loaded up this safe when I came to watch the stream. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. This let me... Ah, he's hiding. That's four. This thing is just... This thing, you know, it's just fun. This is just a fun... Oh no! He came up to get me. That was just... It was just fun. Right, let's take this little Swedish STRV. You enjoy this game? I do. World of Tanks used to infuriate me. I would get so angry. Whereas this game, just, it's so much more fun. It's so much more sort of likable. You can be aggressive and not get punished for it. You can do sick air, and there's so many different nations, so many different tanks, and because they're realistically modeled, you know, it's just kind of joyful. It made me fall in love with tanks again. I've always had an interest in tanks from a historical perspective. The World of Tanks is not historically accurate in any way. You know, they eschewed historical accuracy for gameplay, and I think it was the wrong thing to do. Warthunder has both relative historical accuracy and fun. Ow! Whoops.
Confirming fire.
Oops. I should have been concentrating on what I was doing, really. Let's take out the little anti-aircraft vehicle, which I got most recently.
Enemy forces have
It's kind of
captured a
cute.
zone.
There's enemy aircraft. Ah, there he is, the F-109. Enemy aircraft dead ahead. And the Wellington. Wellington is the biggest threat. But we need him to be closer. 2 kilometers away. He's still too far. That's... oh, he's down. Die! Time to take a bomber out, I think. Oh dear, I've got 3 enemy fighters who are going to be trying to shoot me down. That's not good. Where are the oh god. Quick, dive, dive, dive. No! Nothing I could do. With 3 enemy fighters, no one on my team decided to come and help. Didn't even manage to get close. There's a Crusader museum a couple of weeks ago. It's not far from home, and I love going. They've got a few tanks and APCs. Yeah, Duxford is also a good place to go if you want a good mix of hardware. I haven't been to Bovington yet because it's just a very difficult place to get to when you don't drive. But hopefully you can go relatively soon. Obviously, couldn't go for the last 2 years anyway because of Lurgy.
We are losing.
These fighters are...
Let's go! Our sector is under artillery barrage!
The Cromwell killed me. Oh well. Haven't been to Duxford in years, but I have been. My dad is a retired aircraft engineer. That's pretty cool. What sort of aircraft? Civil or military? This cute little thing. Mostly military. I think he worked on the Eurofighter back when it was name changed. Cool. Yeah, the Typhoon is what it became, didn't it? Armor-piercing tracer shell or heft. Nice. We want that. I think. And back before it was delayed years and years. Everything is delayed years and years these days. Anyway, so we went through all of our Great British Tier 1 tanks. I think I might do a Tier 2 next time. There's quite a lot of Tier 2s to go through. All the way from the Crusader to the Sherman, the Churchills, and bigger anti-tank machines. And there will be more Warthunder content coming to the channel, simply because I want to play a variety of games. I don't want to just play dinosaur games. Next week, we are hoping to get out a video every day or every other day. And there will be at least one stream from Dane and a stream from myself and our usual Sunday stream. So there will be lots of content coming out next week. Also, don't forget there's Prehistoric Kingdom. It is Kingdom, isn't it? It's not Prehistoric Park, because that's Nigel Marvin. It's not Prehistoric... Hang on, isn't Prehistoric Kingdom a game? The game that came out. I get confused with all these dinosaur things that have the word prehistoric at the beginning of them. Because it's Prehistoric Planet. It's Prehistoric Planet, isn't it? There we go. There's too many things and it's getting me confused in my old age. But yeah, I'll be watching that and doing some... I'm not going to watch it live on the channel, just simply because I don't want to get copyright striked. I'm going to watch them and do... I think I'm going to review each episode. So that'll be next week as well. So yeah, the channel is going to be active. But I want to thank everyone who has tuned in to watch me destroy enemy vehicles. And if you are new to the channel and you haven't liked or subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And if you haven't yet joined the Discord, there should be a link down below in the description tab. Apart from that, enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening and stay safe and goodbye.